What's up? It's your boy Fats. Hit that like and subscribe button for your boy if you can. And if you're new to the channel, give me a thumbs up, but also hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. But yeah, man, he was getting the pack in, but it was something about him that I really couldn't put my finger on at first, but I really couldn't deal with being his roommate because shit, the way that things was going with me and him. But yeah, it was this dude named IROC. Now, IROC he worked in the medical, he was working over in the clinic, and I mean, he was short, kind of busky because he kind of worked out and things. So he kind of had a little thing going on with himself. But he had a little short hair. He ain't had no waves or nothing like that. But he wore these glasses and stuff. So I mean, he was on point with all this stuff. But yeah, one day I get up in the morning and it's like 6 in the morning. It's like early in the morning. And the police open the door and I'm like, shit, I heard the door click, 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 click. I get up, I'm on the top bunk. So I look up and the police like, Mr. Craig, step out, for while we pack up, send Mr. Scott stuff. And I was like, all right. So they packed up all this stuff. I'll go out to the day room. Now in this dorm, it's like 12 rooms in like a little dorm, and it's like a little island out here to where the day room would be out here. So I had to go out in the day room, and while they packed up all this stuff. So after they did that, I go back in there. It's like Friday, so I'm like, shit, I'm kind of happy because shit, I'm in my room. I could probably, uh, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Doing my normal stuff, up in there the weekend because I know I ain't gonna get no roommate for a minute. So I'm kind of happy. I mean, because it's like that sometimes. Sometimes you just want some peace to yourself, You don't want no roommate. You just want to be by yourself. So once you get them little moments, you try to treasure them. So I'm sitting up in there, going with my boxers, doing my little normal stuff, smoking my little cigarettes and things. And probably about 2 hours later, I'm on the bed, I'm sleeping. I hear the door go clack, 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 clack. I'm like, dang, what the fuck? Cause shit, I know ain't nobody supposed to be coming in because shit ain't nobody, because it goes on the drop sheet if somebody go move in your room. So I get off the bunk, jump down, go to the door, look, I see this guy walking with all this stuff on. He got this little white uniform on. He carrying all this stuff to the room. I'm like, what's up, man? He's like, shit, I'm be in this room. I was like, shit, you gonna be in this room? I was like, that's kind of fast. He was like, yeah, man, they gonna put me over here. They moved me, when I was over in B building, they moved me over here to D now. I was like, oh, for real? I was like, shit, man, what's your name? He was like, my name is IROC, you know what I'm saying? That's what you can call me. I was like, shit. He's like, what's your name? I was like, shit, just depending on, wherever I'm at, they either call me Hanif because at the time I was a Muslim, you know. That's why they call me Hanif. They either call me Fats, they either call me Craig, or they call me Kansas City. You just pick whichever one that you want because everybody kind of know me by that. And he was like, all right, I'll just call you Fats, because he already, that's what everybody was calling me that anyway. So I got a code, so y'all have to excuse me, you know. So we sitting up here talking and stuff. He come in with his stuff. I said, you can go and get on the bottom bunk, because shit, I sleeps on the top anyway. So he packing up all this stuff, doing all this. I was like, shit, where you work at? Because shit, I work in the kitchen. I wear whites too. So, but I ain't ever seen him in the kitchen. He was like, I work over in the clinic. I was like, oh, for real? I was like, shit. I was like, that's a cool job over there, because I ain't never known nobody to work over in the clinic, but I know it'd be a lot of women over there. So I was going to kind of see what's going on with that over there with all the women and stuff. Do people be bringing in stuff? And, just kind of just filling them out. So we sitting up in there talking and stuff, and he's like, I got to go back to work for a minute. So I was like, all right, man, that's cool. I got to go to work anyway, too, because it's almost time for me to go to work because I work at 11 o'clock. So I go to work, come back. When I come back, he ain't back yet, because I guess he on the yard working out. So I sit up in there, you know what I'm saying, for a minute. Then I hear the door click. He come on in there. I'm like, shit, man, what's up, man? I was like, shit, what you out there doing? You know, he's like, I'm kind of working out, you know, getting my little shit together, you know. Then I was like, oh, that's real. He was like, shit, what time we take the showers? I was like, over here. Because like I said, everybody take the showers, but everybody got the different times they take the shower for their dorm. So over in the middle right there, so a dorm might do, you know, right after child or whatever. You know, it's just depending on the day or whatever. But everybody go to the showers like at a specific time. So I was like, shit, they go here in a minute, you know. So he was like, all right. So he go to the shower, you know, do his stuff. You know, he come back in there, you know. He's like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Where can I get some tobacco at, you know? And I was like, shit, I got a little bit, you know. You know, he was like, yeah. He's like, you think I can buy a little bit from me? He said, because I kind of smell it, you know. And I was like, yeah. So I, you know, hooked him up, you know. He gave me, you know what I'm saying, $2 in the soups and stuff. So I'm like, shit, this going to be a cool thing, you know. So then the next day, which is Saturday, uh, he come back, go to work. He come back, you know. And when he come back, you know, I'm on the bed like this, you know, just sitting up there and chilling. And when he come back, soon as he come up in the room, like probably about 5 minutes later, man, I'm just smelling something. I'm like, man, what the fuck is that damn smell, man? But I ain't saying nothing. I'm like, man, but I said, man, it smells kind of bad, you know, for real, man. I'm like, shit, man, what the fuck, you know? So then I'm sitting there probably about 10 minutes while he down there. I'm like, hey, Iraq, you all right, man? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking that he probably farting, but shit, it's kind of, you know, getting in my head now and stuff. He's like, shit, yeah, I'm all right, man. So then when he said that, when I said that to him, he get up on the thing, push the thing on the thing, and with a bunch of water in the sink, you know, on his towel, on his hand towel. So I'm thinking that I'm like, damn, man, he must be down there wiping his ass or something like that. So he was like, shit, man, hopefully Shire be here in a minute. And I was like, shit, I hope so too, man, because, man, with the way something going on around here, I said, man, because I'm telling you, Iraq, man, something ain't right, man, you know what I'm saying, for real. You doing something, man, because shit, it's smelling bad up in here right now. He was like, nah, man, I'm all right, man, everything's all right. So I was like, shit. So I hear a few seconds later, I hear a little rubbing down there, you know. I ain't looked down there or nothing like that. But then I seen the little towel. He threw it over there where his shower shoes was by the locker. So boom, it hit the wall. I seen that. So then I jump off the bed. I'm like, I'm gonna go take my shower too. So I go down there. We take our shower. You know, I'm staying away from because, like I said, man, you can smell him. So when he come in there, somebody's like, shit, man, what's that damn smell, man? And I'm like, shit, I don't know, man. You know, I said that, you know what I'm saying, real loud because shit, I know what he was talking about, but shit, it was just kind of funky, you know. So we come back up to the room. Now the room ain't. I mean, it smells like it, but it don't smell like real bad. So he's like, "Hey man, you think I can get some cigarettes or whatever?" I didn't have none, so I was like, "You might want to go down there and holler at Pete." You know what I'm saying, down there in 12, and he probably can get you something. So he get up, get all the stuff together that he had, and go down there. So the next day, like I said, you know, I said after that, I don't smell nothing, I don't smell nothing, I don't smell nothing, I don't smell nothing, I don't smell nothing. So then on Saturday again, you know, come back in there. I'm like, damn, man. I was like, man, what the fuck? I was like, man, come on, man. I was like, man, you doing something, man. I was like, man, because that man, motherfucking smell is just kind of, you know, killing me, man. He was like, shit, man, I ain't doing nothing. So now he getting kind of hostile and stuff. So I'm like, shit, man, whatever, man. Y'all said, man, you doing something, man. You doing something for real, man. I said, man, because the way that you smelling right now, man, it got to be, you know what I'm saying, you. Because I sat in the chair, and when he walked by me, I was like, shit, man, damn, man. So then A few minutes later, he get up on his bunk right there, and he turned around while I'm sitting on the chair, and he's like, man, I need to holler at you, man. I was like, man, what you want to holler at me about? I was like, shit, man. He was like, man, I need to tell you something, but I don't want you to tell nobody. And I was like, shit, man, what you trying to, you know what I'm saying, tell me? He was like, man, I've been messing with this lady over in the medical, at the clinic, and I don't know, man. I said, man, you know what I'm saying? I think she got something going on with herself or whatever. I was like, shit, she got to be having something. I said, man, because the way that y'all smelling, that smelling like, you know what I'm saying, prostitutes, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that smell, because many times I don't bust serves on the street. And them prostitutes don't got in the car, you kind of know how they smell, you know what I'm saying? The condom, like condoms just been used over and over and over, so you know that motherfucking smell. And it smells kind of bad if anybody ever knows. Been in those type of situations where they got it in the car or knew somebody that was hoeing, how they kind of smell. So yeah, you might want to hit me up in the comments and let me know if you know somebody that kind of smell like that. But yeah, we sitting up here talking. I was like, yeah, man. He's like, she want me to bring some stuff in, but I ain't really got no money to actually, you know what I'm saying, do nothing like that to actually get me on my feet. And I was like, oh, for real? I was like, shit. I can probably come up with something. When I said, what's she trying to do? He said, if you give me 250, she give me 2 cans, and I give you one, and you can, and I split the other one until we both get on our feet. And I was like, shit, all right, that's cool. I said, I can see what I can do, so I can get on the phone, holler at my grandma or whatever, see if I can come up with the money, you know what I'm saying, to do whatever he wanted me to do. But then I also told him, you know what I'm saying, when I got back, you know what I'm saying, that's when she was going to do it. I was like, man, but that smell, man, ain't right, man. I'm telling you, man, it ain't right, man, you know. So me and him ended up, you know what I'm saying, making the deals, and everything was going smooth. You know what I'm saying? The next weekend, that's when, you know what I'm saying, the first can came in. So I was kind of happy, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I had to deal with that damn ass motherfucking smell. And I ain't think that I can do it or whatever because, man, it was kind of bad. So one day I'm out on the yard, this dude named Francis, you know what I'm saying, that I knew, me and him be walking the track together. And he was like, shit, man, hey, Fats, man, what's up, man? Because I always walk the track, and I was like, shit, nothing, he's like, you got some tobacco? And I was like, yeah, man. So I end up, going back to my little dorm and, coming back out on the next yard because you only can come in on the yard on early check-in, and you can go like check in and you can go back out, you know what I'm saying? But you got to be fast when you do it. So on early check-in, I go in and come back out. So he was like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? I heard you over there in the room with IROC, and I was like, yeah, man. He was like, shit, man, that man be smelling, don't he? I was like, shit, man, I don't know, man. I ain't want to put IROC's business on the street because shit, I already knew what he was doing. He basically was telling me, you know, that what he was doing, but I didn't really know, like I said, what his whole situation, so I ain't wanted to just put him on blast and stuff like that. So I was telling Francis, hey, I ain't, you know what I'm saying, did smell him or anything. He was like, yeah, man. He said, man, every time, he move around, every time somebody get the whiff of him, they put the little Form 9 in on him, you know what I'm saying, to get him moved because, shit, they don't want to be smelling that man like that. And I was like, shit, I ain't really never, you know what I'm saying, basically, I'm just feeling him out to see what he kind of knows about the whole situation. So he just basically telling me that he been moving around from, like, B dorm back to D dorm, and he probably gonna move to another dorm because, shit, people be complaining about the way that he smells and stuff. So I'm like, all right, man. So I leave out, go back to my little unit, get back up in there, you know. I see IROC down there looking at his magazine because he, like I say, he fascinated with them IROC cars and stuff. So that's why he call him IROC. So I'm like, shit, looking at him on the bathroom. I'll tell him, man, I need to use the bathroom right quick. So he had to step out, So I used the bathroom. He came back in. I get back on the bunk, And I just asked him, I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? People been telling me, man, that you've been moving around, you know what I'm saying, from pod to pod. And he was like, he jumped up, like he was getting kind of agitated with me. And I was like, shit, man, what's up, man? He was like, man, I'm tired of these people, you know what I'm saying? I always put my business and stuff on the street because shit of what I be doing. I was like, shit, I don't even know what you be doing. I just know what you just basically telling me that you get down there through there, and she probably over there doing the same thing, And he's like, nah, man, whatever, whatever. I'm just tired of all this old shit. So I'm like, shit, I just kind of back down from let him cool down, you know what I'm saying, for a minute. So one day I get up in the morning, I put the little Form 9 in, to go to the medical little unit because shit, I just told him my stomach was hurting so I can get laid in. Just basic. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was just going over there to see what's actually going on over there because I knew that we was just filling out their whole scenery over there. So when I get over there, they did it, have me sit at the little thing and stuff. I see IROC walk by, boom. And then a few minutes later, I see this big girl. I mean, she was big, but she wasn't big, 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 big. I mean, she was big. She had a lot of little thing, peppermint patty. You know what I'm saying? If you ever seen the peppermint patty thing, the little circle one, that's how her face looked. She had a lot of them things on. And I'm like, man, I hope that ain't the girl. And he was like, nah, I was just looking and stuff, at that. So then I said, IROC. I was like, hey, man, come here, man. And I was like, is that the girl, man? And he was like, yeah, man, that's her, man. I was like, shit, man, shit. I guess, I don't know, man. I guess shit in those type of situations, you got to get it how you live. You might run into a good one, you might run into a bad one. But shit, in most cases, when you got that mule like that, you just get it how you gonna get it. So we get back to the little unit after I see that. So now I'm sitting there talking. I'm like, man, shit, you sure, man? You know what I'm saying? You want to be doing something like that? Because shit, like I said, I don't know what y'all are actually doing. And that's when he basically broke it down to me. He was like, they use condoms, but she also has cervical cancer and stuff like that. And I was like, I didn't really know nothing about that, so I really couldn't, because like I said, I was kind of young then, so people telling me stuff like that when it comes to the medical stuff, I didn't really know. He was like, she just, you know what I'm saying, just sometimes, you know what I'm saying, gives off a weird smell when we be doing it and stuff. And I was like, shit, man, I don't know, man. I was like, man, can you contract that type of stuff like that? I was like, cause you don't want to get yourself in one of those positions to where, you know what I'm saying, you end up getting something like that. And he was like, shit, I don't know, man. I was like, shit, you need to investigate that to see if you can get some type of feedback on that, because shit, you don't ever know what can actually kind of happen. And so then when I telling him that, he get kind of mad and stuff. I'm like, man, shit, why you keep getting mad at me when we talking about that? He said, I'm just tired of all this stuff. I'm just tired of people, you know what I'm saying, always trying to criticize me about this, criticize me about that. I was like, shit, how many people have you ever told, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that? He said, I told a couple people, you know what I'm saying? But shit, they don't seem to understand. Don't nobody seem to understand. So I was like, shit, all right, man. So me and him been doing, like I said, every Saturday, I got to deal with that stuff. But shit, I go off and on with it, you know what I'm saying? Just put my mind to it and be like, hey, I'm going to go ahead, and figure out, you know what I'm saying, what I'm gonna do about old boy, because man, the way that this man is smelling, man, is kind of irritating me. So, like I said, every Saturday we do it, boom, 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 boom. So we doing this, you know what I'm saying, consistently, you know what I'm saying, for probably about 3 weeks. I'm smelling all this stuff, getting my little stuff, and I'm kind of happy because shit, I'm kind of making some money and stuff, and my locker is getting kind of big. So then one Saturday, they come in. He's like, shit, man, she said she gonna bring yours in tomorrow. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna be no tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. He was like, yeah, she said she gonna bring yours in tomorrow. So I was like, shit, nah, man, shit, I'll just wait on that. So he was like, nah, man, just wait for a second. I was like, all right, man, it's gonna be all good. And he was like, shit. Nah, it ain't, man, 'cause I think she ain't doing it no more with you. I was like, shit, well, y'all need to give me my motherfucking money. I said, because shit, if I helped you out starting all this stuff, and now here it is, you trying to cut me off. He said, man, nah, man, I'm just tired of you criticize me every week, every time, every week. You want to criticize me about the way that I smell and stuff like that. And I was like, shit, I ain't trying to criticize you or nothing like that. I'm just trying to make sure that shit, I ain't got to deal with that stuff. Don't nobody want to be smelling that shit, or whatever. He said, I already told you my motherfucking situation. So he getting real kind of hostile with me. So I'm thinking that he about to start, throwing his little hands at me. But I was like, shit, I'm going to go ahead and hurry up and get rid of this motherfucker, because shit, the way that this dude right here is talking, ain't really making no motherfucking sense. But yeah, you always get them roommates that you end up having a good time with that might be uh have something that you can, benefit from, but then they end up being some type of person that where they end up doing some more flaky ass stuff to where you don't really want to deal with them type of people like that. But yeah, there's people all the time in the penitentiary that mess around with women and stuff like that. They don't know if the women have diseases. They don't know if these women, or whatever they doing on the street or messing with her, whatever. So they can come in there, with the virus and don't even know it. You just got to be real careful when you're in the penitentiary, when you get in those type of relationships with them guards and stuff like that, because those guards might end up bringing something in there, and and you end up, getting some type of bad thing out there. But I ended up putting a Form 9 in on dude, got him moved up out there, out of my little cell, because I didn't want to deal with none of this old bullshit no more, even though he cut me off. I mean, everything was cool. I was already straight after the couple cans that I got. So I was like, shit, I'm going to just go ahead and do what I need to do to where I can make my money, to where I can be all right in the penitentiary, because you just want to make sure that you cool up in there. You don't want nobody, thinking that you don't have nothing, because once they think that you don't have nothing, then they really try to use you or whatever. So like I said, you don't even want to go to the penitentiary to get yourself involved in things like that. You want to make sure that when you go there, if you do happen to end up going there, that you can easily get yourself up out those situations and hurry and get yourself home. But this is your boy Fast checking in with you with another one. Y'all stay up and y'all be peaceful. Hit that like and subscribe button for your boy if you can. And check out my last video if you want to. Just keep your head up and stay focused. Y'all be peaceful. Y'all stay mindful.